You're now tuned into All Bets In with MyGuyz. MyGuyz Sports.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Welcome to All Bets In with MyGuyz Sports, Season 2, Episode 6, NFL Week 6. You know I'm here with Moneyline Rich. This is Bsperl Online. What's happening with you, Rich?
Hey, not much. How y'all doing today? Another weekend, man. Some exciting stuff going on in the NFL, man. So excited to get to it and talk about everything that's happened this past week and what's upcoming.
Yeah, bro, this is you start getting in. I feel like when you start getting into like week 6 through like week 10-ish, it starts to
Makes
that's when you
sense.
hit that first wall, that first grind. Like, all right, you gotta get prepared for that middle of the season, and
hmm
yeah, and then just trying to stay consistent with it. So, it's cool. You're starting to see also as well. These teams shape up into who they are, and you start getting a better feel for for what teams are. Because at this point, you know, you either you tanking to get ready for the next season and position yourself,
hmm
or you trying to make a race to get in the postseason and playoffs. So
I
no, it's
find it interesting how these college quarterbacks now are using these NIL deals as leverage. Because realistic, if I want to stay extra year at USC, I like Caleb Williams. Somebody can come in and give me a 10-year, $15 million NIL deal, and I can sit in my fancy plush condo downtown LA, get chauffeured to school, ain't got to worry about classes. Even if I get injured, I can take a year off because I got 15, $20 million. It's starting to get testy about this thing. So teams can tank, but then they got to be careful how much they tanking because you really just don't know what's really gonna happen.
not much. Yeah, yeah, and I mean, and all drafts might not have as much talent. I think this one got a good amount of talent in it, so guys are trying to position themselves. But yeah, it don't always work out that way. You tank because you still got to get the picks right as well.
hmm
After that. So,
Exactly.
but yeah, no, no, it was cool, man. Good week of football, and shoot, we got another good week of football, man. We got
Yeah, that's a really good week this week.
yeah, week 6. We got 6 games to talk about today. But before we do, we definitely want to make sure we recap a little bit. And hey, man, another winning week. And that's what we're here for. That's what it's
That's
about.
what we're here for. Exactly. Let's get that percentage continue to trend in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, and like we talked about last, I already knew this week. I was like, Moneyline's having a good week, bro. He's not finna have no missed picks and then come back and then he's gonna be motivated. And it's just like that. Some weeks you might go over only one, and the
Man,
next week you gotta be ready to hit them again. So
yeah, shout out to you for staying encouraged. And it's like, man, I need to work more on the craft. Like sometimes you just miss something. Like, do you ever watch the game when it's over and you see a player hitting? You're like, how did I miss that? Like it was there. Like the film was there, the research was there, the pick was there, and you just sit back and was like, dang, I missed that, but it was so easy. Like just easy stuff. And then they'll throw stats out in the middle of the game. You're like,
oh,
wow, okay, that makes.
it's funny because I actually had that on here for us to rap about, because I think one thing as sports bettors is it's easy to get talked out of your plays. Like,
Whew.
to see information and you already see something, it clicks right away. Your gut tells you,
hmm
and you feel it, and then you see
hmm
something and it just take you off of the game and you
They
stop
do
thinking about it. And then you look up
immediately.
and like you said, it's one of them easy ones, bro. One of them easy ones,
Easy
man.
one. Like like let's be honest, Bryce Hall was me and you. I mean, that was probably free. He
Oh,
had
Brees
that in the
Hall,
first
yeah,
the first quarter, bro. It was free, and I
yeah.
was just like, man, like we talked about having a 100-yard game. It's like, why not, pull my pants down and just drop 100? I mean, because if you had 100 yards alternate rushing yard, it was like plus 225.
See, yeah, yeah, yeah. He had that almost in one rush with like a 60-yard rush or
Exactly.
something like that. Yeah, no, yeah,
Easy stuff.
that's a great,
And I
that's a
think there
great
was
point.
another one that you called out too. Oh, the another one that we missed was obvious. And let me tell you how I got walked, guys, how I got walked off of this. Me and B yesterday, we talked about it about our last show. We talked about how the New York Giants is the worst scoring first quarter team in football. So Saturday I'm checking the line. It's Giants first quarter -2. And I immediately was like, oh, nope. And I got a screenshot on my phone.
Oh,
I was like, I
Giants
walked it
was
off. I
favored
was
too.
Giants was favored -2 in the first quarter. And after me and you was discussing it, I was just like, we had discussed it on the show, and it walked me off of it immediately.
Hmm.
Completely. I was done. Because I was like, well, remember we said Miami was number one, the Giants were number two, or the last in
Yeah,
scoring. They haven't even scored in the first quarter. And I
yeah,
let myself I mean, that probably was the easiest pick of the week.
yeah.
And I let myself get walked off it because I seen the number at two, not knowing that that's what it was designed for. Could have got it
That's
plus money. Could
yeah,
have got it at plus. Could have got it at plus. It was like plus 105. So it wasn't a heavy, but plus 105 for the Dolphins to come out and put points on a team who hasn't scored. Nah, I missed that. I miss. You could have bet your mortgage on that.
yeah. No, it little stuff like that. I even was like two things. One, because I remember I texted to you, and then I also had texted to my pops, and it was the over on that Detroit Carolina game.
Oh, you sent me the mail. You sent that text message to me. You said it. You said I liked the over, and I said I didn't like it, but it was all. I mean, wasn't even close. They put up what 60 points
Yeah,
combined.
yeah, I mean, I think the Lions almost had the total by themselves. Um,
That's correct. They had 41, right?
yeah, and then two, I was like, man, I need to dig into a little bit more research because it's always little stuff about about a game that and you wouldn't think maybe some bettors out there don't think it's a big deal, but like for instance, um Thursday night, Chicago and Washington. If I'd have known that Dick Buckus died that morning, you
Immediately.
just take Chicago because even after the game, they were saying we played this game
For
in
Dick
honor
Buckus.
of him, a Dick Buckus,
Absolutely.
and you just
And who
take
did the,
Chicago.
and who did Dick Buckus play with? I wouldn't be
Ron,
surprised. Ron Rivera. It has to be, right? They played on the same A2. Didn't they play together on the same A2 Bears? Like not played together, but he coached them or something? There's something in that connection
it
between.
could be some type of connection there. I'm not
Let me see.
100% sure. I think Buckets might have been
Uh,
a little bit earlier than Rivera, but I could be
I
wrong.
think. Let me see here.
Yeah,
Let me see.
it's
They show me anything.
always little stuff like that. You just
Got to pay attention to it, right?
gotta find. Um, and it was even another. I can't remember. I think it was just like something I had on the lunch ticket, but the play ended up losing. And you look at the end of the game. I remember I looked at the end of the game, and it was like that coach's like 100th career win or something like
Oh
that.
wow.
And it's like, dang, if you would have, that's something that they probably are aware of as a group. Like, hey, we want to get our coach his 100th win or whatever. And it's like, if you
Immediately,
know
right?
something like that, you're like, oh, okay, I'm not, touching this game. Not saying it
Yeah.
means everything, but it's information.
Wouldn't even touched it.
Yeah, you wouldn't even touched it. So yeah, it's one of those, man. But yeah, we can definitely we'll get in that. That's a whole episode itself. We gotta get into that, just the psychology
Absolutely.
of betting. But
Hmm.
um, while you look for that, I'm gonna go. Let's recap week 5, man. So week 5, Spur Online best bets. went 1-2. Had Kenny Pickett to throw an interception. That was not a good one. Kenny Pickett actually looked, he didn't throw any interception-worthy plays. He looked fairly comfortable against Baltimore's man-to-man defense, so that one was no good. Rams, Matt Stafford over 270.5 passing yards. That one did not get there. I think he finished at 222 or 224.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Man, the Eagles just kept the ball the whole game, man. They played a good game.
They pounded. I thought the Rams were gonna come out and make moves, but I think it seemed to me that they didn't want to get in the shootout with the Rams because Cooper Kupp was eating them alive.
Oh man, yeah.
Another play missed.
Oh, the Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
Man.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it. Matter of fact, I didn't even know he was playing. So it was my bad for lack of research on that too. Just missing free money.
Yeah, I knew he was playing. Yeah, I mean, and Stafford. If Philadelphia played a great game, I mean they played a good game.
Complete.
I think complete game, and I think they went like almost 80% on third down. Like that was tough.
They only save payments for beating the Niners. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's him. And then the last one was Bernard Pollard over 2.5 receptions. That one did get there. And then I actually ended up pairing that with Jets money line. That was my underdog of the week. They won outright.
Absolutely, definitely.
So yeah, 1 and 2 on that one. Then got some Monday Night Football money as well. A little same game parlay. Raiders 3.5. Devontae Adams 40 yards. Josh Jacobs 60 yards. So that one cash. And then Rich here went 4-0. Atlanta, Calvin Ridley over 50 receiving yards. That one cash. Also had Jets, Brees Hall. Yeah, the London game. Yeah, that was an upset right there. And then had the Jets, Brees Hall running back over 62.5 rushing yards. He cleared that with ease. And then Denver's Jerry Jeudy over 3.5 receptions. That one, I think
like
he finished
10
with
yards.
5.
Yeah, he only had like 15, 16 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was on trade rumors, so once I seen the trade rumors, I threw that little ticket immediately.
Yeah, that was a good call because he didn't have many yards, but he did catch the ball. And then Jets money line, and they won outright. That was one we definitely talked about on the show. We pulled the trigger on that one. So, and then I think I just had you down for 3 underdogs. You had the Jets. I know you talked about Jacksonville. They covered and won, and then Dallas. They did not cover.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, they did not cover. But
yeah, I had a good feeling about Jacksonville for sure. I didn't even. I just when I started looking at that weaponry, I was like, no, Trevor White. I knew they were just gonna have trouble stopping them on the yards, and that they got some receiver. I guess I never really paid attention to Jacksonville. Like I watched them last week, but I didn't. They got weapons.
They got some guys.
Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Ridley, and Ingram as tight end. I hadn't been paying attention. Yeah. I'm like, Shaq, I was not familiar with your game.
And E-Team really got off against Buffalo.
I was surprised that they weren't able to bottle that up. But I guess when you got a team going 3 wide at you with a tight end lined up, you kind of ain't got no choice.
It's a serious threat, man. Yeah, Buffalo suffered some injuries and key injuries in that game too. So we'll see how they look moving forward. They did get Von Miller back, so that was cool to see him back out there.
For sure.
But yeah, no, MyGuyz Sports, man, the record. So Bsperl on the season so far, 12-6, 66%. Rich is 8-5, man, at 61%, switch that all the way up. And then MyGuyz as a team, 20-11, 64%. So right there where we trying to be. Man. Yeah. I mean, yeah, these are just free, just giving them out, man. And
free.
And there's so much more on the show. So I hope
I'm about to say we dropped a lot on the show, man.
Yeah, hopefully if you are watching, you watch and don't just take what's posted because sometimes that can be misleading. But yeah, I mean it's new week, new money. Try to keep this up and keep pushing, man. I think we got more in the tank. So,
Absolutely.
but no, great job, week 5. Cool, man. Man, let's talk about around the league, man. What's your some of these stories about these teams going on, man? What's the one that stood out to you the most here in week 5?
Man, the Denver coaching job is just horrendous right now.
Stay humble, huh?
Oh man. It's just not even a lot of words for them. Like they are quit. They quit. They don't have no fight. It seemed like they got weapons, and I mean, back in the day, I mean, a couple years ago, we thought Sutton and Judy were just going to do numbers. They
Hey,
just need a quarter. They
yeah.
just needed a quarterback, and the real question is Russ, or what's really going on in this situation? I don't think he's playing bad. I mean, that offensive line is horrible, but it looks like he's just only good at playing free for all ball. I'm not sure the system is. Sean Payton played the system. Um, Russell needs to have movement, free range. Sean Payton is a play caller. Russell Wilson is a person who likes to pick up the basketball in the park and go do his thing. And I think that's an issue too. Baltimore again, receivers can't stay healthy. I mean, Jerry Porter telling Odell that he should go be a family man was all time level trash talk, by the way. It was all time
That was kind of cold.
level all time level trash talk. It's very bad. Indianapolis paying Jonathan Taylor when they got a running back in Moss who's been destroying defenses is another bonehead move in my case to watch. Um, and lastly, Bryce Young should have sat for a year and let Andy Dalton play. They got that man out there playing, fighting for his life. And sometimes I just feel like you bring a veteran in, you don't have no aspiration of winning. You don't go out there and let him, just fail like that. And that's kind of been my take about those things. And shout out to Justin Fields. Push that Caleb Williams talk out the way. If you're gonna trade me. But I can hoop.
Yeah, he responded for sure.
Yeah.
That's good to see,
DJ Moore
man.
getting eaten.
Yeah, you can tell they must have came together and was like,
Yeah.
yeah, we just
Let's
gonna
get
do this,
Claypool out of
bro.
here. Let's get Claypool out of here and let's make some money.
Man,
I mean, DJ Moore looking like a top 10 receiver.
yeah, these past few games for sure. Yeah, no, that's yeah, that Ravens game, man, that was I mean the receivers were healthy. I was just disappointed in the performance. I mean, you want to talk sh and Lamar Jackson was balling. I mean, it,
Overall game.
it's just cool to be able to see his how he's continuously growing his game because this year he's really took it to another level as far as being able to play in the pocket and make throws. And he was dropping dimes. I mean, these dudes were dropping
Left after right,
touchdown
right?
passes, bro. It was a
Running wrong
weird game.
routes.
Went wrong. I mean, Flowers and he's been having a good year. So I mean, it's no knock against him. But man, one time he was just running wide open, just fell. Just fell a touchdown pass. And I'm like, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, no, that was
Has to be
so
some bad wide receiver juju in there because
something.
do we know they last real great wide receiver?
Um, shoot, Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden. That was at the
Yeah, but
later parts
shoot,
of
that
their
was that was
careers,
like
you
that
know.
first. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. You right about that. It could be some just like the Steelers got a good wide receiver juju.
Derek Mason. They got. I'm looking online. They got number 5 Michael Jackson, which I never heard of him before. Torrey Smith, Steve Smith Sr., Anquan Bolden, and Derek Mason.
Yeah, that's Steve Smith
It's
and
not looking
Anquan
good.
Bolden. Those are the best ones in the past
On
probably
their
10 years.
back half of their career. And Derek Mason, boy, he came off from the Titans, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it's got
Second,
some juju. Got to be some juju wrong with the receiver. It ain't look like it's the organization. It look like they just ain't good at getting receivers, or they get them at the wrong time, I guess.
yeah, that was terrible to watch. And yeah, so the Steelers end up ugly ball game, finding a way to win, get them weird
Told you earlier.
plays, safeties, uh
I
block
wasn't
field
feeling.
goal, block
I
punts.
almost money lined it too. Almost money lined the Steelers too. It just didn't. It just was a nasty game.
It was ugly.
And the under,
Um,
we should have bet on that one too, because we should have known it was going to be a scrappy game.
yeah, those games always low scoring.
Hmm.
Yeah. I would say probably not the biggest surprise to me, but um I just hope I'm glad the Cowboys got whooped on like that, man. As a fan, it was good to see because I think they have a false reality right now of how good they really are. And they can't beat San Francisco. That's just something. That's just a matchup.
And that don't even say a lot, because not many teams will. But like you said, come back down to earth.
Yeah. That's a team that they just you not. It's just not a good matchup. They won't be able to beat them.
If
Uh,
Diggs played a little bit different, I think not too much different, but I think it make a difference of how they can scheme. But they got to go out and get them another number two cornerback. They got to find somebody on the market.
yeah,
They can't play.
I mean the issue in this matchup is the Cowboys can't bully San Francisco. They can't bully them. And their defense is they feast on being able to bully teams. So if they can't bully teams with their defense and you can run and meet their physicality, they not that they just
Yeah,
become a average football team.
yeah, I
Is
agree.
is just
And they
it's
got
just difficult. They have to play perfect football to beat the Niners, even offensively. And it's not a fluke that they don't score against Niners because it's the the run game is not physical enough. That's why I said I think the Lions probably got a better chance at beating the Niners than the Cowboys because their
yeah, you
run
said
game
that.
isn't physical enough. And they don't have this is where Amari Cooper matters because
Ooh,
he's a guy that you can line up on the outside and you can give him space on the outside and he can route you up
hmm
and he don't need no help. He don't need the design. He don't need anything. You can throw him the ball one-on-one coverage and he gonna make a catch. CeeDee Lamb is a different type of receiver. You
he's
move him
really a number.
around.
Yeah, he's really number two. He's like a 1B. CD Lamb, like
He's a
maybe
complimentary
a two.
receiver.
Yeah, or a real good two.
Yeah. He's a complimentary receiver.
But they really, cause Cooks is supposed to be that guy to take the top off, but Cook can't stay healthy. So
No.
if you're gonna have CD Lamb, you gotta get somebody. You have to have like a Justin Jefferson, or like you said, Amari Cooper, somebody who's going to stretch around the field and let CD go one on one. Because they took CD out the game. He might as well been sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah, you just bracket cover him. He won't. I mean, for him, it's slants, it's crosses across the field. Like those are his type of routes because he's dangerous in space and he's
Immediately,
fast.
fast as hell.
Yeah, he's fast. And then they're missing a physical running back. Bernard Pollard is a not a guy that you're gonna give the ball to 25, 30 times. He's
Nope.
more of a scat back.
So what do they do? So if you in Jerry Jones's position, Steven Jones' position, um, what move can put you in a different tier? Is it defensively? Is it offensively? If there's a market out there for trade, what can they do to put them? Because right now they in the BC class. Like we don't know who they're better in. They'll make the playoffs, but they're not on Frisco, Detroit. Maybe they're on Detroit's level, but Frisco Niners level for sure. What move do you think they can make to get them to that next step?
Um, as far as a trade, I would say the only trade really that they could, it would have to probably be offensively.
Okay.
I'll probably, I gotta, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I would be trying to see what was a receiver. I know you didn't want to pay Amari Cooper, but you live in a world where if you're gonna actually have a chance to win, you're gonna have to go through Philly or you're gonna have to go through Frisco.
One of them.
Or you might end up having to go through Detroit. I mean, people think Detroit is not a good team, but they're a good football team. So
I mean, yeah, they can block
yeah, they can block and they can pass because most people can't stop them from running.
and
So
they can run. Yeah, I'm saying, and they can run.
yeah, they got weapons. They got plenty of weapons. So um, you know, you have to be realistic with what you got. But I don't know if they can afford another high paid receiver like that.
Because they got to pay Michael. I mean, you have to mortgage it for a year
I mean, you see what
and
they
hope you
said
get.
about CeeDee Lamb. It was like we don't think he need more catches. He in a contract year, so I think they trying to
This is
save some
so
money.
that's so dirty. That's just the dirtiest thing in the world. Like, if you just don't say screw it, then you might as well just tank and go get Caleb Williams. I mean, and let him play in Dallas at this point if you're gonna do it. I mean, because all this hype about y'all being a superior team, and when the bright lights is on, Dak don't is not a $250 million quarterback at the end of the day, and you don't have a run game. You don't have a strong run game. I mean, they could have traded for David Montgomery. He was cheap.
Yeah, I think they just felt like they franchise tagged the running back.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think that's tough, but it was good. It was good. They needed that. So I was I wasn't surprised to see them get whooped on. Um, what's interesting as well is this Browns and Deshaun Watson situation, man. What this is this is
it's
pretty
getting
crazy.
real spicy over there. I don't think he want to be there, and I don't think they want him there because I think he's still a top 5 quarterback. That system, like you said, is not good.
Yeah, are they trying to make him play? You think they're trying to make him, is he hurt? Like, you think they're trying to make him play hurt, or you think he really is just,
I think it's a combination of things. I
mm,
that he's not gonna perform in that offense, and I think they're gonna trade him.
dang, mm, okay.
That's what I think. I think there's because he's not comfortable, bro. It doesn't look right for him. He's a
No,
shotgun quarterback.
no, it don't fit. It don't fit.
No, it don't fit, and I think they know it doesn't fit. And it's like, if you know it's not fit, did he go out there and play and play? I mean, he had a good game. I forgot, was it the week before? The week before he got hurt, he played a decent game.
Yeah,
But you know, I'm just making a trade. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where you trade him for. I mean,
yeah. How many
ooh,
teams really need an
I,
expensive
I mean,
quarterback right
I think
now?
Minnesota, you already paying.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you put him with those type of weapons that, yeah, yeah, that'd be different.
Exactly.
You think, yeah,
So
oh, go ahead.
no, I'm saying, so it's very interesting to see how that part works.
Yeah. So what about Cousins in Minnesota?
I
What
think you
is
trade him to the Browns. I think Cousins getting traded. This is only a matter of time because they're Justin
swap
Jefferson. They
him?
put him on IR on purpose. They sit him. He probably won't play the rest of the year like that. Contract year, he'll get a $200 million contract, almost close to it, and that just be the end of it.
That's that's interesting. Kirk Cousins, because he played in that system. Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Watson swap. I don't know if how you work the money, but I mean, hey, okay. That's interesting. Something's definitely going on there for sure. So some Vikings probably do something. I wouldn't be surprised. Cool. But yeah, no. Outside of that, any other news or anything?
Nothing for me.
Cool. Well, cool. Let's go ahead and dive into it. We got week 6. Like I mentioned before, we got 6 games here. We're gonna go ahead and dissect these, and then we'll give you any other looks we got outside of these games as well. I will say for me this week, I don't have a whole lot of opinion, picks or opinions, but short, small amount. But I definitely want to dissect them and see what we can find in between. But um, pause. But yeah, we got the first game up here. We got the Commanders versus the Falcons. Atlanta favorite 2.5, total of 42.5. Look ahead on this one was Atlanta favorite 1, total of 42. So some buy money on the Falcons. Commanders coming off a 40-20 loss at home. That was Thursday night football to the Giants. And the Falcons coming off a close win at home against the Houston Texans 21-19. What are you thinking in this matchup? What stands out to you?
Um, I think both teams are equally matched to me. Um, Ryder had a very good game last week. I don't know if it was a breaking moment for him, over the sun moment,
Yeah,
or it just was like he had a good game and let's roll to it. I feel like they pressed him a lot. They got Kyle Pitts involved more, which a week for me too late. Um, Washington defense is okay. I don't know what's going on with the defensive line. The culture right now for Washington is kind of weird. Like they have a head coach on a hot seat. They don't seem like they really mess with the enemy, but the offense is thriving when the play calling it when they buy into the system. It just got some weird vibes. And so they're like a week to week team. You just don't know what
yeah.
to expect. But I would if I had to play in this game, I would take the QB to throw a pick. Trying to see if I can find it real quick.
Which one, Commanders or Ritter?
Commanders. Yeah, Commanders.
Oh,
No,
Sam
Commanders.
Howell.
Sam. Yeah, Sam.
Sam Howell.
To
Okay.
throw a pick. Because they're going to bring pressure all day long in Atlanta. And he likes to throw quick. He likes to throw a ball a lot. He's a gunner. And I think he won't throw the ball a lot. I even like his pass attempts being under because I think the Falcons going to try to grind him out all game. Rushing ball. Bijan Robinson is getting more and more touches. Even his receiving yards prep or even catches to me will be good to pick because with a young quarterback, what's the best thing? Either tight ends or running backs out the backfield to get them easy rhythm catches.
Yeah,
So those are the only looks I have for the initial game for that.
yeah. No, that's no, those are good looks. I mean, I don't know what to think about these two teams, the defenses here. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't watched um enough Falcons games to really get a feel for the defense. I know they're playing a lot of close games and they're not giving up a lot of points to anybody. That could also be
Mm-hmm.
because they're playing complementary, running the football, less time, less possessions. But
Good point.
um, I don't know. I mean, so the fact that Atlanta's not getting 3 points here tells me that there's something here for the Commanders. I know the Commanders got a good defensive line. I'm not sure about how they defend the pass, but if the Falcons are just going to run the ball, I don't know if it's a game where they get a bunch of margin, you know. If the Commanders do have to throw the ball, do you think they can pass against this Falcons defense? I think you got a better feel for the Falcons
I,
defense than
I
I do.
I think if they get time, can Washington get pressure on? Is there pressure going to be gauged on the Commanders? Can they get enough pressure on Sam to make think that's going to be? I mean, the Washington offensive line is middle tier. Can they
Yeah,
get some pressure on him? Yeah, but Sam Howell is still, he's still, still learning, still going through his motions. The Atlanta Falcons defense is they're just very stout and very disciplined. They don't miss a lot of tackles. They're grinded out type of defense. They got big bodies up there on the D line, so it'd be an interesting match to see. Sam's like get in the pocket play action, a lot of movement with the ball. He's a scrambling-ish type of quarterback. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see if they can do it. But I think he'll throw a pick. Can they run the ball against Atlanta? That's remained to be seen as well too. But they got weapons. I mean, if you were to look at the teams comparison, they both got weapons, both got decent tight ends, both got good running backs. Quarterbacks are both fairly new. The only difference is the defense, and you really can want to say, well, Washington D line is better than the Falcons D line. But then after that,
What else is after that? Yeah.
what else is after that? And I would say that favors more towards the Falcons.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean the only way I did think about looking at this game was to me it's in good a good teaser candidate to move and Commanders up from 2.5 to 8.5. I'm not sure if the Falcons blow them out.
Yeah,
But at the same time, the Commanders, you don't really know what's going on with them. I mean, they just got beat 40-20 at home against a team that everybody thought was tanking. So,
no, for
um,
real, right?
but I remember these teams played not too long ago. I think either last year or the year before. I think the stats are pretty familiar, and yeah, it was a pretty close game. I think Washington ended up winning in the shootout
Yeah,
out there. So that's it. The line just looks a little funny. They don't even give them the full 3. And Atlanta's just been playing close games. So I think this game is a lot closer. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the last play here, so late in the game.
yeah, I'm with you on that too. I can see that the kicker from Atlanta kicking kicking a game winning field goal again, and winning the game too. I can see that too.
Yeah,
This
playing.
even this even I mean it's like a mirror team. Spider-Man putting each other, man. They're the same team, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't have any props on this one that stood out either. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
that's
about
all I had.
McLaurin. I thought about Terry McLaurin in this game. Um, but like I said, I'm not sure. Um, I'm not
You
sure.
don't
I have
have
to
him
look a
moving
little
forward.
bit. Yeah, I have to look a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I've been noticing too that I'll start watching like I've been watching the film. I'm gonna start getting my film session done early, like Monday or Tuesday before the show. But you start to realize when you watch the games, some of the schemes, you kind of can see what's going to happen in the next game, what player props. It gives me a better, not it gives me a good, better insight of the game, but it also gives me a better insight of the player props, who going to dominate what, or because you don't realize in certain games, like because I've never played football, so I don't have any experience playing football or anything like that, or even like you playing professional sports. Like they scheme for players to
Yeah,
feature in the offense of the game. So while we may have when we looking at player props, I have to look why did the team feature, this particular player. This like when I walk back and watch Kyle Pitts, he didn't he just was lazy route running and not really, dedicated to the game. This week he got the 3 yard, 3 catches, 40 yards, whatever. He wasn't featured. Jonas Smith was featured. And we keep forgetting that Jonas Smith got $60 million to go to New England a couple years ago. So it's like trying to pay attention to what is happening and what possibly could be a feature. We knew Bryce Hall was going to feature because you said that he wasn't on the pitch count anymore. I went back and looked. I was like, I went back and looked at the Denver game. All Denver's games, they give up the cheeks, and what ended up happening, Bryce Hall killed it. So it's important to look at the stats, but it's also important to really look at the game and seeing like where can they attack. And it may not all be the same because coaches may try to get too cute, but it has to be factored in on what this situation can look like for a player. So
yeah,
that's been kind of part of my method. But I'm with you. I'll watch more film and I'm going to be way more active in the game group, moving forward because I be seeing a lot of things that I want to put in that people could look at as well too.
yeah. No, that's real. That's a good tidbit, man. You gotta say, and then a lot of times it's copycat as well, because a team will say like, "Hey, this team before ran these plays against these looks against this team, and they were successful, so we know we can get these, similar type of looks." Um, So then just looking at what holes teams can't, what type of I would say positions they struggle defending, um, and just kind of look at it from there too. But like you
Yeah,
said,
I
you
agree.
gotta be able to look and study the games.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Well, yeah, no, that's all I got on this one. We'll run to the next one here. Next one, we got the Seahawks versus the Bengals. Bengals are favored 2.5, total 45.5. Look ahead on this one was Cincinnati -2, but I think this has moved up to 3 and then back down, some movement there.
I
And
think so too.
um, total opened at 44, got up as to high as 46, so it's sitting back at 45. Seahawks coming off a 24-3 win at New York. They had a week off there in between. And then the Bengals coming off a win here in Arizona against the Cardinals 34-20. Um, what you thinking here in this matchup?
Oh, I wanna say since he get upset so bad. Um, I just think I mean, they're a good team and they've been grinding out, but week after week, they got a lot of vulnerabilities, man, in that defense right now. And I think especially at the second or third cornerback slot, Seattle's sneaky 3-1, and
Yeah.
they can do everything on offense. If I had to pick this game, I'm leaning more towards the Seahawks side. I don't think they have a lot of things they can do to slow the Seahawks down if Geno is healthy by chance. I think Burrow is good, but I think Jamal Adams will play again. They're real physical, so I think they're going to take a lot of shots at Joey. I think they're going to try to blitz and blitz and blitz and get up because he injured.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised this game though go under because of physicality and the defensive scheme that the Seahawks run. I don't think they're gonna let Jamar Chase run wild like he did last week. And they shown the Bengals have shown when they don't get what they want, their receivers, they get to acting real devilish. So I would say this is a position where I think the Seahawks have they're undefeated at home and they have opportunity to go steal or on the way. They're undefeated away. They got a chance to go steal another one and keep them on pace with San Francisco.
Yeah. I uh I lean towards the Seahawks as well on the side. I don't have a strong opinion, not a strong opinion on the side, but I do think this is a upset alert that it can definitely occur here. Um, I look at both defenses. You already talked about Cincy's defense, which has been struggling this season. Now they get a team in Seattle who, they have weapons to pass to and they can run the ball too. Kenneth Walker. And I'm just
Hmm.
looking at the spread 2.5 at home. If Cincy is going to win this game, they're gonna have to score because I don't know if they really gonna be able to keep Seattle from scoring consistently.
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
I don't think so. They just have too many weapons. So
Where do you
um,
think the line get pushed to? Do it go to three? Do it go to two?
you know what? I can see it moving down to 2.
Two. Okay,
I could see 2 at kickoff, but
for sure. I can do two.
I could also see it at 3 as well. I would say
Yeah,
yeah.
Geno's health is important.
Yeah, but have you seen anything them saying that he wasn't going to play, or is just
No, not at all.
yeah?
But I
I
think the
think
line's
he's
only at two and
playing.
a half because he ain't healthy.
Mm, okay, yeah, that's a good question. I could see it going either way because I could see people just Bengals finally got a win, um, and just going and just in public money coming in on Cincinnati. I could see that as well. But then you definitely could just in that case, I'm definitely motivated to take Seattle +3.
I
At
agree.
at that point. I think this is a good teaser candidate as well, moving Seahawks to
Hmm.
+8.5.
I agree.
Um, you make a good point on the under that they could be blitzing and have the Bengals starting slow or not just be able to not be able to get it going. So I could see that. Um, I'm not sold as far as the Seahawks back end, the defense in general. I know they can be physical, but I think they do give up a lot of yards. And, Bengals are
I agree
desperate.
with you.
Bengals are desperate. So I think desperate teams, especially the strongest part of their team, usually performs the best. So I think at home, this offense, I think they're going to play well. Does the defense play well? That's where I question
Absolutely.
the Bengals.
I agree with you 100% on that.
So yeah, my best look on this is actually the total. I think this game goes over. But you make a good point. Am interested as well in the Seahawks team total as
Yeah, to
well.
see.
Yeah. Which can't be, I mean, if it's a total of 45, I mean, the Seahawks team total probably what, 21 and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
22? Is it 21?
Yeah, if I had to guess right now, I would say it got to be 21 and a half with maybe some juice on the over, maybe like 21 and a half minus
Mm-hmm.
120 or something like that.
Something like that. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I don't see
man, I
anything
hate
right
when you
now, but
had
I'm sure.
these little laws. Let me see. My computer be wrong. So let's Seahawks total points 21 and a half minus 110. So no juice on the total.
No, just something so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so that's
That's fair
interesting
enough.
as well.
Yeah,
I think the
that's fair
Seahawks
enough.
score.
Yeah, I think so too, for sure. Because they can still run the ball on them too. And I want to say Cincy. Let me see what Cincy's.
Cincy's team total is 23 and a half.
Okay. There was something about their defense that I didn't like. Let me see here. Hold on. I should have this pulled up. Let me see. So,
Yeah,
are
the
they in the middle of
Bengals.
the?
Yeah, that I mean that changes the game though. If you feel like the Seahawks are just
Oh
going to put
yeah.
pressure on the Bengals, then
This one.
that
Yeah.
definitely
This
affects
is
the total.
yeah. This is what I was going. This is original what I had written down. Bengals are giving up 154 yards of rushing a game.
Oh man.
They're the only team who's worse than them is Denver.
See.
So now it's time to flirt with Kenneth Walker to see what he can do to this defense.
Yeah, that kind of changes. That kind of makes me want to think a little bit about the total because if they go in there and
Mm-hmm.
they running the ball, that's gonna slow the game down a little bit. And if Cincy starts off and they not, they getting off the field and they not, moving the
Mm-hmm.
ball, that game could end up being a little
Mm-hmm.
slower than expected.
Because Seattle is 17. They rushing 102 rushing yards a game away, while Cincy's giving up 122 rushing yards at home.
Mm,
And then Cincinnati, let's see.
okay, Kenneth Walker, that might
Yeah,
not be bad.
Seattle rushes the ball 25 times a game. When they're away, they rush it 24 times a game.
So his like rushing attempts, you think?
I'm thinking so. Rushing attempts or yards. I want to look at the. I want to look at. I'm about to go look at this film now. But I'm thinking. I haven't really watched a lot of Seattle games, so I need to really go pay attention and see what they do or what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think they're just real balanced, man.
I think so
They
too.
just got a little bit of everything. Noah Fan is also a good guy to look at because the Bengals do
Hmm.
struggle guarding the tight end position. I think Zach Ertz ate them up a little bit um last week as well. So that's actually one I'm gonna put down. Yeah. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this Bengals game, man.
Yeah, me too. I was trying to see if I was gonna have anything on the picks right now, but I ain't seeing shit, so or anything at all, so whatever. But I'm with you. I'm gonna look more into that. Hopefully by Friday, I have something in the game group. By I'm with you. Either attempts, because attempts to be is more crucial. Like that AJ Dillon one, when I seen Aaron Jones wasn't playing, I was like, what are they gonna do? Throw the ball? And then when I seen Jordan Love's passing attempts only 21, I'm like, are they only gonna run 39 plays?
Right, right.
So to me, it was like pick your poison. I took both of them, but at the same time, it was like one of them has got to hit. That's just one you'd be like, all right, let me juice this and not juice the other one. And then I think the juice was like 118 for AJ Dillon to get over 13 carries. He almost had that in the first quarter. He had
Mm.
7 in the first quarter.
Oh, he flew over that total. That was
Yeah,
a great
easily.
look. Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
like I
that's
said,
a great point.
guys out there, look at those receptions. The yards are always easy just to be like, oh, he gonna have 100 yards. Sometimes just the catches. I don't care if it's 5 catches for negative 50 yards. If he catch the rock, he catch the rock. And those things are just important. Just catch the rock.
Yeah, knowing who they gonna target, who they gotta focus on going to that game, you can kind of tell,
Hmm
especially when a player, a key receiver or something complains about not getting touches. I think Jamar
hmm
Chase, after the Titans game, I'm always open. Next game against Arizona, I think Joe Burrow didn't look at nobody's direction except for Jamar Chase.
Nope, he didn't. He was all in. He was all on him. I mean, he delivered.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah, that was
He did
child's
a lot of
play.
crying after the game. Yeah, now
Yeah,
they couldn't touch him. He said
yeah.
I'm always open, so he wasn't lying. A lot
He,
of blown coverages though, but
yeah, the
he definitely was
Cardinals.
open.
Yeah, we'll talk about those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, no, that's
That's what I got for them.
yeah, I like that. I will say this. I don't know what the play is right this moment on Seahawks Bengals, but I'm gonna have something on Seahawks Bengals. I actually did already take a little bit on the total. But there's a other plays on this game. I'm zoned in on this one. Um, cool. So we go to the next game. We got the Niners at the Browns. Niners favors 7, total 37. Look ahead was Niners 3, total of 42. Uh, and we might be I believe we're probably getting a backup quarterback in this one for the Browns. Niners
Hmm
coming off a 42-10 blowout win at home against the Cowboys. And the Browns coming off a loss 28-3 versus Baltimore. So they were off this past week. There's also supposed to be weather in this game in Cleveland. So I believe they're expecting rain, so not the best of conditions. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Um, Deshaun Watson not playing this kind of feels like it's a wash. The under sounds reasonable because both teams play defense, but I don't think Cleveland, the rookie quarterback, can even remotely move the ball against San Francisco. It's looking like the best linebacker tandem in football. Kind of hard to do that, and you got Bosa, it just get difficult. Do I think they can hurt the Niners? I think they can on defensively. I think they can slow them down, but I don't know how long. Go out there and put up
Yeah.
a good defensive stance, and then the offense go 3 and out, and then you're back on the field, and it's just not looking good. So it's a game for me. It's either it's a under nothing, and then if you want to just get the high juice on CMC breaking the record, I think you just juice that and call it a day. Because I mean, it's more than likely if they get on the goal line, they feed him the rock.
Oh yeah. That's a good point. What is the record? If you
15.
It's 15 straight touchdowns?
Yeah. hmm
Okay. Oh yeah, so then I would imagine he ended up breaking that somehow. Um,
I think so too.
yeah, I'm with you on this one. I actually like the under in this game. That's
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually I mean it has come down to 37, which is low, but both of these teams are just finna run the football, especially if you got bad conditions. Cleveland's not going to put the quarterback out there, the backup out there, and just have him dropping back in bad conditions against a
Hmm.
team like this. I could see them playing very conservative, and I could see the Niners going into this game not being risky either, just trying to come out healthy with a win. You're on the road,
Hmm.
and I think they can win without doing a whole lot. So I see both teams just running the football, and this clock just ticking. Um, might be some field
I agree.
goals, but yeah, this is going to be a slow,
I
ugly,
guess that's a good
ugly
angle to look
game.
at. Maybe Cleveland's kicker over on field goals made.
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility if you feel
Because
confident
if you're
that the
trying to, yeah,
Cleveland
you're
to
trying to
move the
score.
ball.
Yeah, if you're trying to score, I mean, you kicking 50 and 50 plus. If you're just trying to get some points aboard against the Niners, like that's a win considering.
Yeah, I guess the weather is what concerns me, kicking
For
and
sure.
trying to kill. And I'm just not sure how often Cleveland gets in scoring position with a
Good
bag,
point.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I
Punts,
don't think it'd
punts.
be much. Yeah, punts is probably a good one. Um, yeah, that's actually not bad. I mean,
Probably for both of them, honestly. You in
yeah,
Arizona, I would say check your prize picks and see what they got that pun up at. That might be interesting one too.
yeah, that's a good point. A lot of running the football. Both teams want to run the football anyway. Um,
Attempts.
yeah, guys rushing attempts. That's a good point. Um,
Let me see what I can get from this. Yeah, they
yeah,
ain't got it up yet. Yeah, they
I
don't
could
got
see the
nothing up
Niners
yet.
using a bunch of different guys to rush the football, not just
Yeah.
McCaffrey, but just
Mm-hmm. Period. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah, this gonna probably come about, so we're gonna see about this. But I'm with you on that. Punter, kicker, something that range. Um, Kittle may not play, right? I think he's on the report.
Oh, really? He didn't look
I think
hurt. He didn't look hurt
Uh,
last week.
no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Kelsey. I'm thinking Kelsey's on the report.
Oh, Kelsey, yeah. I was like, well, shoot, he sure didn't look hurt running around scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, he told him apart. Yeah, Kelsey's on the injury report. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm gonna look deeper into that punt kicker situation because Brock Purdy look
Yeah,
like he gonna go out there and torch them. Because after so long, what can you do?
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to
Give
see
me,
Jim
give me,
Schwartz.
give me, give me an under on this one. Under
Yeah,
37.
I wonder what Jim Schwartz record is against Kyle Shanahan. That'd be interesting to look it up and see. I have to look at
Yeah,
that too and see.
that would make you like the Brown side.
I think that would make me like look at the team totals or the overall under in the game as well too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when would he have face
He was the
Shanahan?
defensive coordinator for the Eagles for a lot of years, and then he was in Detroit too. So it was interesting to see. He was a head coach of Detroit, and then he was a D coordinator for the Eagles. The year they won the Super Bowl, really.
Okay,
So
yeah,
interesting to see. So that's something I'm gonna look into too and see what I can muster up.
yeah. No, I feel that. Cool. You got anything else on that one?
No, nothing for me on that one.
All right. Next game we got here, we got the Cardinals versus the Rams. Rams favored 7, total 48.5. Look ahead on this one was Rams minus 4.5, total of 45.5. So some buy money on the Rams and the total as well, getting bought up. And the Cardinals coming off a 34-20 loss at home against the Bengals, and the Rams coming off a 23-14 loss at home against the Eagles. So we got a division matchup here. What you thinking in this one?
Um, for the side, I think the Rams should probably win directly. Um, straight out. Connor is going to be out, so he's on IR. So I don't know who the running back's going to be behind him. Not sure. Marquise Brown is questionable. And then I'm thinking, just look. I think the Rams got to get some get back. So I'm with you more so on the yardage. I think the Cardinals can play physical and aggressive defense. And the Rams ain't won at home yet. Neither one of these teams won. Cardinals ain't won away. Rams ain't won at home. Um, if I had to side, obviously I'm gonna side with the Rams, but Cardinals has been competing, man. I like a team that can compete. Ain't got nothing to play for. They competed with the Bengals all the way to the second half until they probably just threw in the towel and thought they can't go out there and beat these guys. But the defensive coordinator in Arizona is making a name for himself, and they compete, they hit, they in every game. And I like that about them. But I think the Rams passing game is starting to get, with the Nakua and Cooper Cup, they traded Vance Jefferson. So obviously they like their new trio of young receivers and Cup, and they just gonna go out there and sling that thing. So I think Matt Stafford makes it up to you and goes over his 260 passing yards or 70 passing yards this game. I think they sling the ball around. I don't know if they're gonna be able to run the ball against the Cardinals like that, but I think they'll slang it in. I think they'll come out with a little small victory, maybe 4 or 5 points at the most.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this yeah, for me in this matchup, I like the Rams, man. I think this is a spot where they come out and score. And I think if they jump on the Cardinals early, I could see this first half looking like 21-3, 24-7, something like that.
24-7, something like
Um,
that. I'm with you 100%.
and this is a matchup that Sean McVay has dominated within his division. He got the Cardinals number. So I
For
think they
sure, he
go out
does.
here, especially after last game. I don't think they played bad against the Eagles. I thought they played a good game. It's just the Eagles play really well. Man, they were very efficient, converted. And I was watching the press conference, the post game. It's the first thing Sean McVay said when he came on the platform. He was like, "Yo, give it to the Eagles, man. They came out and played a great game. They were efficient.
Complete. I mean, they were perfect almost.
They were
I mean,
perfect.
let's
They
call it what
played
it is.
a
They were
great
perfect.
game."
If you're gonna beat Stafford and say, Stafford, you're not gonna throw the ball on me, I gotta sit you. I gotta ice you, and they iced him
Yeah.
all game. Yeah,
Yeah. No, I mean they played a great game. And so I think the Rams come out here against an inferior opponent and take care of business. I don't think the Cardinals are going to be able to keep up with just the offensive firepower in this game. And if they get jumped on early and they're predictable, this is not a great pass and attack, a great offense in general. So I think this is one Sean McVay goes and gets on the road. So
yes,
you
thing.
know,
Yeah, I'm with you.
I like the 6, even at the 7. I like the 7. And then I like the first half. I think the first half might be sitting at 3.5. I think they are by at least a
I'm with you on
touchdown
that.
in the first half.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
with you on that. I can see that.
yeah, just a sense of urgency. Sense of urgency in my opinion. I think the Cardinals at this point, they've been competing. But I think at some point you run out of gas and they got guys getting hurt. Um, sitting guys, you losing your James Conner. And I think at some point there just comes a game where you just don't have enough. I think this is a game they're just not gonna have enough for the Rams. So
Not enough juice. I'm with you.
not enough juice. So yeah, give me the Rams. I'm probably not gonna take the full 7. I probably add it to like a teaser and bring the Rams down to like -1, something like that. But I think the 7 is still good as well if you want to take it on a straight bet, the Rams
Straight,
-7.
straight bet. Yeah.
What you think about the total of this game? I know you before had an opinion about the total. I seen it's moved up, but what are you thinking about the total?
I mean, I think they can score on each other. I mean, the Rams defense isn't dominant like that. So
Yeah.
I think I think they both can score on each other. And I don't think it's gonna be too hard for them to do it either, honestly. If I'm being real.
Yeah.
I think they got enough juice to score on each other. So I think I would say I'm want to lean towards the over, but I really want to hit that team total for the Rams because I think they're gonna come out guns blazing. I think eventually that pass attack becomes too much to try to stop. And if Dobbs threw his first two picks last week, he had been perfect since then. He's been pretty accurate, 155 pass attempts, completing 102 of them. So he's been efficient. But last week they went against a juggernaut offense and they couldn't keep up. And I think they stayed close in the beginning and it just kind of ended from there.
Mm.
So that's what I worry about.
Yeah, I see another play on here. Rams first half touchdowns over 1.5. I actually kind of like that. It's a little juice though. It's minus 144. But yeah, I actually like that. I think I could see them having 21 at half, scoring a few different times. So I'll be looking at that one. That's one looking at as well. Like I said, it's
Yeah.
a little juice, but if you got something else you want to play with.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah. And then I think Nakua, his catches too. It got a little overshadowed last week um because of Cooper Cup's return, but I think you can't forget about him.
That's a good one. Oh, he's good. That was my first time really seeing him playing against the Eagles. So they were not hesitant to come off of Van Jefferson with Puka now taking over in that spot. So
I agree.
yeah, cool. Yeah, that's all I got on this one. You got anything else?
No, nothing so far. I think that's gonna be it.
Cool. All right, last game we got here. We got the Eagles versus the Jets. Philly favors 7, total of 41. Look ahead on this one was Philly favors 6, total of 43. So a little Philly money and money coming in on the under. Eagles coming off that win at Los Angeles against the Rams 23-14. Jets coming off a outright win as an underdog at Denver 31-21. Um, Philadelphia on the second roll game here. What are you thinking about them going into New York?
I think it's gonna be an ugly game. Um, I think after Eagles got a good offensive line, but that the Jets got bodies to bring on the front seven left and right. I think it's either two things I can see happening. Either AJ Brown and Devontae Smith go off, or it's going to be an ugly, nasty game where both teams have 50 rushing attempts.
Mm,
I don't like the fact that Robert came out and said that 11 kisses for the tush push. So that's for me got I got Jalen Hurts' anytime rushing touchdown because you just don't come out and basically say you're gonna make sure that he don't get in the end zone. Essentially, what it meant. So
mm,
I
okay.
don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like him coming out and saying it because ain't nobody that's unstoppable. His D line has not been great this year. It's been pretty. It's been good, but it hasn't been like Ravens 2000 defense like they claimed they were going to be.
You're not stopping that QB sneak in Philly. I don't know. I don't care what you do.
Don't care.
It's an automatic first down, man.
Automatic first down, automatic touchdown. It don't
Touchdown.
matter.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, they can run it. If they ran it on their own 1 yard line, they could probably run that play all the way down to the end zone if they if they wanted to. I think the
That
game's gonna be a lot closer, man. I think the game's gonna be a lot closer. I don't like what Zach Wilson can do because I feel like Philly got so many buys. I mean, Jalen Carter is just a absolute monster. So
yeah.
I think that's gonna be so. And they're not gonna be on a run against Philly, so I wouldn't be surprised. I would be led to take the Jets team total under as well because I don't think they get no. I wouldn't be pressed if they got 9 points on the board.
Yeah. Now, I was thinking about that too. What do you think about if let's say Philly is kind of up a little up and the Jets just start throwing the ball. Maybe this is second half. Do you think at
Going
that point
where?
when they just throwing, can they make enough plays in the passing game? You think to sneak
My
over
observation, my
the
observation, Zach
total?
Wilson, I just think he's just a very immature kid. I think he should have stayed in college all 4 years. I mean, I can't fault him for coming out and making $34 million
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever,
tough to
but
turn down.
that's tough to turn down. So I'm not knocking, but he like, did you see the bone? I mean, I'm not calling bonehead plays because I got to be sensitive to the space of this. NFL is like Steve Young said, going being an NFL quarterback is harder than going to law school. It just he just had a lot. They left 3 points on the board at the end of the game against Denver the first time. He just very reckless with the ball, no command of the offense. And you're going against a team who's on a mission. They felt like they was cheated out the Super Bowl. They really should have blew. They should really should have blew Kansas City out if we're gonna be honest before things start to shuffle.
Yeah.
Um, but this team is just not. They're not gonna let the Jets get away. If Aaron Rodgers was playing, we'd be talking about a whole different game. But right now, I'm not sure they could do anything. I don't trust Zach Wilson to do anything with a QBR 36.3 and 4 touchdowns all season. This is the wrong team to be trying to get your confidence up against. This is where your confidence stays where it's at or gets worse. They're not gonna let Brees Hall run. And Garrett Wilson, I feel bad for him because he barely got 280 yards
On the season?
on the season.
Dang. That's crazy because he had like a one reception against the Cowboys for like 70 yards. That's pretty
Right?
much his all
That's
the
pretty much
yardage.
it, dog. That's it.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yep. So it's team total under, bro. There's no other play. Even if you want to if you could tease it, cool. Then tease it. But that's it.
Yeah, I'm with you on the under of the game. I think it's gonna be an ugly game on both sides. I could see the Eagles not really scoring a whole lot in the end zone. Maybe they kick a few field goals. Maybe that field goal kicker for the Eagles. I could see him probably getting out there and getting a few. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
because their
Jets,
defense gonna compete
I think the defense will compete.
for
Um,
so long.
and then yeah, it's if I had to take a side, I could only take the +7 for the Jets. But what bothers me about the Jets side, you touched on it, is Zach Wilson dropping back to throw the football. They're going to get pressure, and I
Hmm.
could see that just wrecking the whole deal if you like the Jets. And he, like you said, make a mistake here or there because he's not clean with the football, and Jets getting a strip fumble, or just forcing them into
Hmm.
an errant pass. So that's the reason why I can't take the Jets, even though that's the side I would look at in this game. I can't look Eagles here,
I
but
can't either, bro.
I like the total more. I like the total more under in this game. So if I was leaning any direction, I can't think of any player props that really stand
That stood
out
out. That stood
to
out to
me,
you.
but the total does stand out. So oh yeah, I would take the under the 41.
Okay, I'm with you. I think I'm looking at. I'm just trying to look at see if I see anything else, but no, I'm with you on that. I just can't see. Even if it's an ugly game, Jalen Hurts could throw a pick. I mean, it's possible. Is DJ Reed gonna play? That's a big point too, because he didn't play last week.
Yeah, he was in concussion protocol, so he must have been clear last week. So I assume he probably is back this week, but you never know with those concussions. Sometimes they last a little bit longer.
They do.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think I was thinking of another prop. Oh, maybe Jalen Hurts rushing yards. If he's under pressure, he might take off running a few times. But then, if he does get sacked, that could affect the rushing yards as well. But I think they'll get a little bit of pressure, but he'll probably take off running here and there. I'm not sure what his rushing yards will be,
I'm
but
with you.
yeah, I don't know. I don't see too many player props that I like, but the total on that one, 41 for me.
I'm
Cool.
with you. I'm with you on that. Yeah. I I gotta say anytime touchdown for him, no matter what, still for the rushing yards because of
Yeah,
what he came out and said. So I might throw it on a small little ticket just to see what's good, but that's about it.
yeah, that's not a bad look. Cool. You got anything else on that one?
No, nothing else on that one.
All right. How about any of these other games that we didn't talk about that you I know
I think Jacksonville
uh
get money lined.
man, that one
I know
that
you
one looks
see
a
it.
little bit off. I mean, because the
I know you
interesting
see
part
it.
about it is the line in Jacksonville. No, the line in Indy when they first played week 1 was 4.5. Jacksonville. Now they come home and they only 4.5.
It's
Yeah, that
bait. Coming
don't.
and even if I would say if you don't like the whole game, take the first half because coming back from 2 weeks in London, your body got to get readjusted. And I think that's a letdown spot because it could be a bait. I mean, Indianapolis play good defense. They 3-2. You won't even know. And I think the team is better with Gardner Minshew than it is with Anthony Richardson at this moment.
At this moment. Yeah. Yeah,
And
he
why
can
not have
throw
Gardner
better.
Minshew go back out and torch your old team?
Oh, that's an angle. That's a good angle.
Yeah, so I'm all over
Hmm.
Indianapolis Colts. I might even tease them up a little bit and put that on the teaser.
Okay. Yeah, that's I can't knock that one. That's not a bad look at all.
And then we me and you both talked about on the side, New England whooping on the Raiders.
Yeah, right. That one has a I'm not finna get tricked into thinking the Raiders are actually trying to do something. So I could see McDaniels letting Uncle Bill get one so he can get back right. You know what I mean?
And you got to go with Stevenson. I like Stevenson rushing yards over, no matter what
mm.
it is, because the Packers left a lot of rushing yards on the table in
Oh,
that
just
game,
because
and
of
they just had
Dylan.
yeah, just because of Dylan. Because if Aaron Jones went there, Aaron Jones probably would hit a thou wow
Yeah,
quick.
okay. I don't think the Raiders can. I mean, the Patriots played two good defenses back to back. They played Dallas, and they played New Orleans. So I don't think this Raiders team poses the same issue. So I'm not sure how, what they can really do against New England to make them just you know, just not
Yeah,
look good,
exactly.
But there seems to also be some fundamental issue going on over there. I know the offensive line hasn't been as strong before, so I don't know if there's any underlying issues I'm just not seeing, but
No, for sure.
I'm not sure if the
Uh,
Raiders can expose that or not.
and I will take Matt Jones completions too. It's been rough for my boy, man. I think he got to go out there and get some confidence back. He got benched. He's on a short lease, and I think this is time that you got to go in there and put up or shut up. You feel me? And I think this is a game that he go in there and play perfect patty. I could see him
If
going
if
20
you
for
don't do it against them, who you gonna do it against?
exactly.
He did say in this post-game interview, he mentioned it about 5 or 6 times. He said, we got to score some points. My job is to score points. We're not scoring any points. So
Exactly. They ain't
scoring
scoring no
points is
points
on his mind. I'll tell you, I'll tell you that much.
for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. Um, so for your underdogs of the week, it's New England and Indianapolis.
New England, Indianapolis. That's what I'm looking. I'm tempted to mess with the Chicago Minnesota game, but hey man, this quick. You don't got nothing on this Detroit Tampa Bay game. It's
I don't.
so wacky to
I
think.
want to. I want to have
Yeah,
something on it, but I can't make myself find nothing.
it's so wacky. I've been looking at it like I know there's a play there somewhere. There's a play.
Yeah,
So is Baker gonna throw a pick? Is David Montgomery gonna topple down the offense? Does the rookie come out and get a long yard gain for Detroit? I mean, there's something there.
I think it could be a Jared Goff game.
Okay, I can see that too, because that secondary is not great.
Yeah, I think it's a Jared Goff game, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That game just, yeah, I don't know. It's something about it. Something about it just does not compute with me. So I just tried to forget about it, honestly.
Yeah,
But you obviously you see something, you see something there. So you might just
yeah,
have to dig a little bit deeper.
yeah. It gotta dig. You gotta dig deeper.
Mm, yeah. Um, yeah, my underdog this week, we talked about Seattle, Seattle plus 2.5. For some reason, Washington plus 2.5. And New England plus 3. I would say those are my
Those yours.
underdogs that
Okay.
stand out to me this week. And I can't knock you that Colts game. That looks suspicious.
It's something wrong with it, right? I can't
Yeah,
put my finger on, it, but something wrong with it.
something there. Um,
Something wrong with it.
Another game that we didn't talk about at Buffalo, the Sunday night game. I kind of want to play something on this Buffalo offense. I don't know how. Maybe Buffalo first half, um, total points. I think they're gonna come out and score. I don't think they're gonna mess around against the Giants coming off that game where they
Okay.
didn't get going. Um, and then
The only
listening to the players, you know, starting the
yeah,
game fast is it was
it was a
a
thing
theme in that kind in their
against a team who don't score in the first quarter.
who don't score. What was you
I
saying?
think that I think that's a watch first quarter. But only thing I hate familiarity games. New York Giants head coach ran that Buffalo offense. They probably run the same kind of offense as different quarterbacks. I could see it being a little bit closer than what it probably could be, what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, yeah. I mean, what I'm seeing from the Giants, man. Um, I don't know how they're gonna beat too many teams, man. They can't block, so they getting their quarterback killed. And defensively, I worry about defensively them guarding Buffalo because Wink Martindale, he likes to blitz. He likes to play
A
man to
lot.
man, and if he gonna play man to man and blitz against them, yeah, it's gonna be ugly. They're not gonna be able to chase them around. So that's where I look at it and I'm like, I don't know if their defensive matchup is enough. Maybe offensively, I don't I don't know if it's offensively. Is Saquon back this week?
No.
Oh yeah. So yeah. I don't know. I do give you I do feel what you're saying though. Them being familiar. There might be some there. But the Bills can't mess around in this game. Like they 3-2 right now. So
Yeah, they can't afford to get too far back of Miami. They beat them, but is Miami gonna lose this week? Probably not. They got a gimme game this week, another gimme game this week. So they'll probably go to
Panthers,
5-1. Yeah, they probably go to 5-1.
yeah, that's tough. I don't think they can mess around. The first half is where I'm angling at that one. So first half team total for the Bills over. I'm kind of looking at something like that. Um, something with them scoring. So I'll be paying attention
Yeah,
to
I'm with
that
you
one.
on that. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's underdogs. Like we mentioned, lunch tickets and stuff. We'll drop those prize picks. We drop those in the game group. But no, that's our 6 games right there, man. Anything else you got for the folks?
Nothing yet, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be active in the game group, man. I'll be watching a lot of film tomorrow, so I'm gonna be tossing a lot of ideas and things in there. Sperl will come back in there and talk some mess as well too. So I'm gonna be watching the couple games we talked about. I'm gonna be looking at player props. Usually we can get the player props out tomorrow. They usually come out about what, Thursday, Friday ish.
Yeah,
So hopefully we'll be able to get some things out. I'll be traveling on Friday, but I think we can go and get this roll.
cool. Yeah, no, same here. Yeah, usually Thursday, and there'll be some straggling. And depending upon injury news, that's the one thing. If they don't know certain guys gonna play like a quarterback, then then they'll wait to put those out. But yeah, post those in the game group. So yeah, man, get access to the group. That's what that's
Yeah,
for.
man, that's what it's for. And like I said, I gotta get more on it. Like it's definitely a value prop to have, to be able to put that in there and utilize it. You want to come in for free and and pick some wins. And we're gonna be all at it. NFL, NBA, it's gonna be something that we're gonna be, active in all day long. So just get with it with us, and if you have any questions, man, feel free to add us in the group, and we there.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and
And if you guys don't have the link, how do we get them the link? How we gotta get them the link too? Somewhere, maybe we
oh
can
yeah,
post a
they
link here on the.
yeah, they just it's in the bio. So
Okay,
you just
okay,
click on
cool.
a link and they'll send you to link tree.
Link
And then you
tree.
just click on the game group. And follow it from there. But yeah,
Absolutely. Let's do it.
everything can be reached on the on our IG page. Um, IG page is MyGuyz Sports. You can reach us via email. That's team@myguysports.com. Twitter is @MyGuyzSports. I'm sorry, IG MyGuyz_sports on the IG. And then you can hit Moneyline Rich. He's at his Twitter is Moneyline Rich W, IG Moneyline Rich Will. And my Twitter and Instagram is the same @Sperl Online. So feel free if you got a question or looking for some, definitely reach out. But yeah, no, that's season 2, episode 6, NFL week 6. Appreciate y'all joining us. Let's go ahead and get some cash and
Let's get
let's
some
try to
cash.
see if we can push this over get this to 70%, man.
Hey, hey, a perfect week, 6-1 week. I mean, 5-1. That we can get 78%. We keep up it up.
Yeah, no, for
I
sure.
think I think we own it. Like I said, we own it. We're gonna put the right place for y'all, and we're gonna keep this going.
Sure.
And
But
catch
yeah,
on now, by the way. You don't want us to hit 70%. Then we gotta start charging.
man,
Yeah, today's
yeah,
price ain't yesterday's price ain't today's price, man.
ain't no more for the free after that.
Ain't no more for the free after that happens, man. It gotta come through.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, no, appreciate y'all tuning in. This was MyGuyz Sports season 2, episode 6, NFL week 6 with Bsperl Online. You already know I'm with Moneyline, Rich Will as well, man. Y'all
Peace
take
out,
care.
y'all.
Peace out.
Thanks for tuning in to All Bets In with MyGuyz Sports.
With MyGuyz Sports.
Check us out next time and remember to bet responsibly.